So you guys been wanting me to change the theme song sound quality, but I'm gonna keep the same song. So here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Just how she plays them, and she does that. She does it with the cat. Does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. Hopefully that fixed the audio. Crazy Cat does not own any of these pictures or books or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational purposes, so the people who watch them learn a little bit something when they do it. Hopefully that fixed the audio. I only did all those years ago. No, I don't want to do this. I'm scared of this thing. Hi everyone, Martha here. So today I watched the 5th episode of season 2 of Last of Us. And this episode, man, we thought the last one with all those bodies hanging out with their guts was bad. This one was definitely it was bad, but I think it was worse than that last one. But we have a lot to talk about, so let's get started. So Ellie and Dana had to pick their route to the hospital, and the episode starts with one of the wolves talking about what I think happens later on in the game, an incident that happens later on in the game, where, do I tell you guys or not? Because it's a big spoiler for what happens in the game later on. Well, I'll just get it out of the way. The last in the, I don't know, because we're going to count what's going to happen eventually, because we only got 2 episodes left of this season. It might happen in the 3rd season. But I remember, and so remember, this is a spoiler for the future events in the show. So if you haven't played the game, go play it before you continue. In the game, there is a big monster you have to fight called the Rat King, and that's in the hospital. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say how the Rat King's made or anything like that, or what the Rat King is, but that's all I'm going to say. And so they sealed off the hospital because the infection is in the air. And the wolves don't want anybody else to get sick. So one of their people did it themselves. Like a guy named Leon called them on the walkie-talkie and told them that it's in the air, sealed it off. And the one who I guess is the the mom of Leon, did what her son said. And she got in trouble from somebody else. Isaac told one of his members to go and talk to her, do it that way. But then, so you find out that, yep, it's in the air. And we know the spores were not in the last season, but they're in this season. Like, we screwed up. We did not put the spores in the last season. Oh no! So back to Dana and Ellie. And they're in the theater. We have the scene where Ellie does the guitar for "If I Ever Would Lose You," and she can't finish singing. But the bad thing is, they didn't have him sing that song to her earlier. So that in this show, does not have its significance to her in this show as it does in the game. So, because we didn't see him sing it to her, so they should have put him singing it to her in the game, and then it would have been more significant scene to see happening. So yeah, I just really wish they would. I still want them to put that scene in there, but it's too late now unless they do a flashback. But so yeah, to it. And Dana calls her in and tells her we need to think of a plan. I'll draw a map because I'm smarter than you. And so she knows that these 4 buildings because they're using the walkie-talkie to figure out where they are on watch. And she knows this whole entire area is not where the wolves are not watching, and they don't patrol there, so they know to go for that area. And they go for that area because they got to reach the hospital. And when they get to the hospital, there's a bunch of splinters, the ones that Ellie encountered in the first episode, the ones that were smart. And yeah, these ones are technically the game, but I just don't remember them being this smart. But she, since Ellie can't get infected, well, Dana can. She tells Dana to go into a cage, and she locks herself in. So she's literally in a cage, and there's too many for Ellie to kill by herself. So somebody comes and saves her. Now this doesn't happen in the game until like way later on. It does not happen before Jesse ends up saving them from them. And they're like running away. They go into the park, and yeah, I do remember this part in the game. But Dana and Jesse were not here. This is when we start hearing the whistling, because it's how they know where somebody is without them telling somebody is over there. Basically, it's how they signal, how they talk from long distance by them whistling, which I wouldn't be able to do because I can't whistle. And this part is pretty scary in the game. I remember in the game when you're playing Ellie, you get shot at by the arrows, and you get hit in the knee and like in the leg, and you have to like watch out for the whistles, basically, and get out of there that way. So yep. And then we see one of the wolves caught by the scars, and they do what they did to those guys in the last episode where they cut his guts out. I had to cover my eyes when this happened, like yuck. And so they end up Dana ends up getting shot in the leg, and Ellie tells Jesse that they had to save her. And oh yeah, Tommy and both Jesse were came, but they split up. So, and Jesse's wants to leave when they get back to the theater, and Dane and Ellie says no. So, but they're separated. A dog smells Ellie, and they go after that. But the guy who was in charge of the dog says it's a critter. Ignore it, because it was on like a little bitty hole. So they didn't. I guess the guy didn't think a human could fit for the hole, but obviously they can. And Dana is not Dana. Nora, who does not look anything like Nora, because if I remember the characters in the game, Nora has hair, but there is also a girl that in the game that does have no hair, who plays a PS Vita that gets killed by like getting sliced in the neck. So they kind of like switch the characters description in this show. So I thought at first, when I first saw this person, I thought it was the PS Vita girl. Nope, it's Nora. And so we still have the same exact event where Ellie chases Nora through the hospital, and she sees a area to go down to the elevator, but then she realizes, oh no, I'm in the area where the infections in the air that we heard about earlier in the episode. Ellie goes after her, and we hear the people who are like chasing her say, oh no, don't go down there, the vent's open, we have to seal this part off too. Ellie goes down there and sees a bunch of infected who are like tangled up by the spores. I guess they're probably becoming clickers. So they're like in the process of becoming clickers. And then she sees Dana. Why do I keep on saying Dana? Nora, and this part, I do remember this part in the game, because this part did not have this part of that part didn't happen. That makes any sense. Nora tells Ellie Okay, you're the infected girl. You know why we had to kill Joel and why he deserved it? That's what Nora said. He killed the only person that could make a cure from you. Because he killed everybody, and Ellie says, I don't care. Towards that he killed everyone. And so Nora keeps on telling her no, that I'm not going to tell you basically where Abby is, because Ellie wants to know where Abby is so she can kill her. And so she grabs a bar, like a pipe, like he used for watering, and starts hitting with her and asks her, where is she? Where is she? And Nora keeps on saying, where is she? Yep, and then the part in the game, you kept on pushing like the square button to hit her, so you literally torture her in the game yourself, like, And so when the episode ends with Ellie about to wake up and probably having my best part in the game, my favorite part in this game, and we see Joel. So yep, I'll see if that part happens, but I really hope they do cover my favorite part in the game next episode, but we'll see. Yep, but now Nora's dead. Ellie killed her. So what do I think about this episode? Well, the fact that they I know, should I really count the fact that they didn't cover the song like a previous episode and count it towards this episode? Because that whole entire, if I were to lose you, because the song goes like this: if I were ever to learn to use you, I'll truly lose myself. This doesn't work. But I'm probably gonna give this one like a that it was still good. I'm probably gonna give it like a 7.5 out of 10. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And I have a gameplay of me playing The Last of Us Part 2 on my channel. If you want to watch me play it, I'll leave it in the description. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And bye bye.